so after successfully removing the rear beam, now I'm turning my attention to actually finally getting the engine out. Once all that and all the running gears out of the front, can actually start stripping down these wings and looking at repairing them. So I've already taken out all the wiring loom, the exhaust manifolds off, much of the cabling and bits going on up here as I can do. All that's really left for me to do is disconnect the drive shafts, and then in theory the engine should be able to just lift straight out. I'll be honest with you, I don't really know what I'm doing with this. It's not something I've done before, but a little bit of research. One thing I did find out is before I removed the wheels and jacked the car up, I did slacken this bolt here off, and that's something that's very hard to do once the car's actually jacked up and this wheel can spin freely. So once it's down on the ground, got a socket onto that extension bar and then stuck a pole on the end of that to give me a bit of mechanical advantage, and these came undone quite nicely, so reasonably pleased with that. So that's how the drive shaft's attached at this end. They then attach to the gearbox. You can see one I've removed already down here. Attached to the gearbox on these little cups here by 6 M8 spline nuts. Spline bolts, should I say. There you go. Put that in the bag here. Originally when I looked at them, I thought they were Torx bolts, which are these typical little 6-prong star pattern. But in fact, they're not. They're these. They've got much more prongs, known as a spline nut or a spline tool. And it's an M8 that I used to get the bolts off the cup. They came off reasonably easily. Again, that was something I did when the car was actually jacked up, so what I had to do was use this pole prop between the wheel bolts and against the floor, which stops the wheel from spinning as I was trying to undo them. The only other thing I did as well, you can see here I've taken the strut out. That allowed me to jack the hub assembly right the way up, which put the drive shaft at a bit of an angle, which meant getting to the bolts underneath a bit easier. I don't know if that's something you meant to do, it's just something I did off the cuff because it made my life easier. Here we have it, bolt off, washer off, able to pull the drive shaft out by hand, not much holding it in. See, the previous end is actually loaded up with copper grease, which has made my job a little easier. But there you go, there's the shorter left side drive shaft off.